Hello friends, it's Devin from CodeBuddy. Normally I'm here to talk to you about how to speed up your software development, but let's be honest, if you're not building the right features, it doesn't matter how fast you're going. So today I want to talk to you about a technique for helping your organization choose the right features to build. It's called usability testing, and today we're going to go over 3 scary stats about usability testing, and then I'm going to tell you a way to do usability testing or how it works. If you've never heard a presentation from me before, my name is Devin Seacrest. I'm a full-stack developer, pipeline entrepreneur. I built software for healthcare systems, federal law enforcement. I've got degrees from Nebraska Wesleyan, University of Nebraska College of Law. I've taught entrepreneurship for over 5 years, Generator and Motion alumni, and I'm the current CEO and co-founder of CodeBuddy. 3 scary stats about usability testing. 1. 88% of users will not return to a software after a poor user experience. So this is critical why we need to get things right from the beginning. 91% of unhappy clients will leave without any feedback. So most of the time you don't even know if your software has a great or a very poor user experience. And every $1 invested in UI UX, user interface and user experience, returns $100 to profitability. 3 great reasons why investing in usability testing is crucial for your business. So how it works. What is usability? Usability is a design that a person of below average skill can use without it being more trouble than it's worth. And why do we highlight below average? Well, if you remember the bell curve from school, if you focus on just helping customers that are above average intelligence, you're only going to be capturing half of your market. However, if you focus on users that are below average or greater intelligence, you're going to be capturing your whole market. So it's that concept of, always try to speak as if you're speaking to a 3rd grader. Always try to design your system as if you're designing it to someone for slightly below than average skill level. What is usability testing? So usability testing is watching people try to use what you created while they talk about it out loud. Before we jump into there though, I want to talk a little bit about all of the different types of testing that you can do for your software. So typically we categorize testing into either qualitative or quantitative testing. I don't know if you remember this from school, but qualitative testing is observational based testing, sitting down and doing interviews, going out and doing research, watching, customers, shadowing customers. Quantitative testing is more metric based, where you're actually sending out, surveys, with more closed answered questions. You're doing A/B testing. So what is the better type of testing when you're testing your software product? Well, we always like to say it depends on what stage you're in. So when you're really early stage in a company and you have lots of things to test out, lots of things to still prove out, you want to do more qualitative testing. More things like user interviews where you sit down and you talk to a user and you let them guide the conversation. When you're more in the later stages of a software, your product, market fit, or you're just trying to prove out A or B, you want to do more things like qualitative testing. So user interviews. We're going to talk about user interviews now as it relates to usability testing. What is a user interview? So a user interview is typically where you sit down next to a study participant in front of a computer and you watch them use your software. Typically, we like to do this sitting down next to each other. It can also be easily facilitated over a Zooms or a Teams or a Skype meeting as well. Most important thing is you always want to record these usability testing sessions. And I'll tell you in a little bit why recording them is so important. So the script. It's very crucial that before you start a usability testing session that you read a script to the user. It does several things. Most importantly, it helps them realize that you're a professional and that what they are doing is, a professionally scripted and tested environment. The most important thing to put in the script is the permission for them to be candid. So we always like to say, hey, you're sitting down here to help us test this software. First thing I want to make clear is that you can't make any mistakes today. We're testing the software. We're not testing you as a user. And then I also want to make clear that you have permission to be fully candid with us. We've got lots of time to make changes. Please give us honest feedback. That's the most important thing today. And then what does the interview look like? So we talked about sitting down. You've got a facilitator, and then you got a study participant. The most crucial thing is shut up and let them talk. So software developers, founders, we always like to, interject our, thoughts and help out a user when they fail in the system. The thing for usability testing is we want to understand how a user can use the system without someone like us sitting down next to them, even though we are sitting down next to them there. They're going to ask a lot of questions, and you're also going to be very tempted to respond to their questions and help them out with solutions and give them, answers to their problems. But that's the opposite of what you need to be doing. You have to think about it when you go and you sit down in a therapist's room. They don't try to give you the answers. They're more there to help you flush out, the problems that you're having. So when someone's saying, I don't know how this works, or they go silent for a while, you really have to do more probing than to help them solve the challenges they're having. You have to say things like, how would you expect this to work? Or can you tell me what you're thinking at this stage? How do you, expect that behavior to happen in the program? And then let them fail, let them fail, let them fail. So you're going to be very inclined to help step in and help them solve when they get stuck a problem. But the point of usability testing is to see where software is failing the user. So the more you can let them fail, the more that it becomes like an uncomfortable situation, the better you're actually doing your job. And only trust what they did and what they say they hate. So we have a tendency to always trust, things that people tell us that they like or things that they tell us they will do in the future. But as human beings, we only can really trust things that they've done in the past and things that they say they don't like. Quick example is if I try to validate you on whether or not you like my hot chocolate, and you're like, oh, this is great, hot chocolate, I'll totally, go and buy your hot chocolate. And then we end our meeting and you go to the barista at the coffee shop and you order coffee. And I'm like, what the heck? I said, do you like hot chocolate? And you said you did. And you said you'd go buy my hot chocolate. And you respond, well, I like coffee more. But if I had asked, the past, 10 times you've gone up to that barista, what have you gotten? You said, well, 9 times coffee and 1 time hot chocolate. Or if I said, did you hate, hot chocolate? And you said, yeah, then I would have a much clearer picture of what you're planning to do in the future. After the interview, very important steps here as well. So always distribute the recording to everyone in the organization. It's very important that everyone in the organization gets to see how users are using the software. We talk about a concept called conflict of interest. So in your organization, it's typical that we only think that, the developers or the project managers should be doing usability testing and seeing the results of the usability testing. But an organization is more just the development and operation teams. You have sales, you have accounting, human resources, administration, marketing, and, your typical engineering. All of those people need to see the usability testing session. And all those people should be able to vote on what they see in the usability testing session too as well. Because all of these departments are critical in making your operations move forward. Marketing might see something differently than, accounting or sales or engineering might see. But all of those opinions and thoughts are important on helping you build not just a great software product, but a great software organization. So we like to say everybody gets to vote on their top 3 to 5 issues. And then those top 3 to 5 issues get put in the backlog. And that's how you develop the next features that you should build as an organization. And there's always this big debate in software of should we be constantly tweaking or evolving the software, or should we be ripping down and rebuilding the software? And this is an ongoing debate. We always like to think if there's slight confusions, there's better languages, there's better experiences you can provide in the software, then tweak it, evolve it. However, if you discover through usability testing that perhaps your customers need something else than you've provided in the past, there's a new business need, or you can do everything with a better technology, or your software is becoming very bloated with unnecessary features, then we recommend rebuilding. And let's talk about the frequency. You should always start usability testing day one. Even if you don't have software to test, what you can do is you can do competitor usability testing. So you can take a competitor that you're planning to compete with, and you can do the same usability testing session on their product to find gaps in their service. You should also test regularly. So we recommend testing 3 to 5 people once a month. If you're a smaller organization and that's tough for you, then go once a quarter. But they say that 86% of usability problems will be discovered with only 3 people. So you don't need to test 100 people. Usually with 3 to 5 individuals, you can flush out all of the patterns and problems that your software is facing. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed this, and please look forward to more videos coming up as well.